And we are back. Welcome to this week's Monday School, the supplement to Sunday School we're doing here on YouTube. When we left off last week, independence had been asserted, forbidden fruit had been eaten, and an eviction had taken place. What happened after that? Glad you asked. Adam and Eve, having been kicked out of the garden, went off to raise a family without the creature comforts they'd gotten used to, and without the godlike power and wisdom they were told they'd get by a snake in the grass offering unsolicited advice that turned out to be pure poison. Our story picks up with one of the more well-known episodes in all of the Bible. Just about everyone has heard the story of what went down with Cain and Abel. It's the prototype for every crime drama that has ever appeared on TV. That's right. 4 chapters in, your Bible contains a full-on episode of CSI meets First 48. As we always do, let's imagine what it would have been like if the principal characters in this drama, God, Adam and Eve, Cain and Abel, were live tweeting as these events took place. One random morning, Adam sends a message to his sons, Cain and Abel. Fellas, it's time to go and present God an offering. Make it happen. Cain hits him back. Gotcha, Pops. Abel chimes in. Will do. God sees the boy's offerings, consumes Abel's, leaves Cain's there to rot. After what he thinks is more than enough wait time, the older brother asks, "Are you there, God? It's me, Cain." Shout out to those of you who caught that reference, people who actually read books and stuff. God leaves Cain on red. And then Cain lashes out with an unrelenting string of angry emojis. Then God stops by in an attempt to set him straight. He says, "Hey Cain, fix your face. Here's the deal. If you come correct, you'll get my stamp of approval. Otherwise, you and your offerings can go pound sand. Hear me when I tell you. Sin is waiting to catch you slipping. You must make it bow down, not the other way around." But Cain, the progenitor of every Bond villain, HOA Karen, and school shooter, began plotting and scheming. He tells himself, "I got something for God and his teacher's pet Abel." At his first opportunity, he reached out to his brother. "Hey Abel, I'm about to run out to the far field. Want to roll with me and peep out some new places for your sheep to graze?" Abel, not suspecting anything, says, "Bet. Last one to the big tree is a rotten egg." Abel takes off running with Cain in hot pursuit. Cain grows frustrated as he stays close but can't overtake his brother. Abel touches the big tree first, then yells out, "Aha, I beat you!" Cain jumps on Abel, slits his throat with a sharp rock, and pummels him with a stone until he's dead. He couldn't resist spitting Abel's words back at him, "Aha, I beat you!" Later that day, God confronts Cain in the interrogation room. If you've ever seen Law and Order, you know how this goes. God starts off with, "Cain, I see you. I see your father Adam and your mother Eve. But what's up with your brother Abel?" Cain comes back with the original, "I don't have an alibi" accountability dodge. "Am I my brother's keeper?" "I couldn't tell you. That information is above my pay grade." So now God is steaming like Willie Beeman. He says, see, this is exactly what I'm talking about. You humans still act like you can keep your shenanigans on the low. Well, not from me. I hear thousands of voices testifying about what you've done, and I'm certainly not schizophrenic. Cain looks around for snitches so they can get stitches. God stops him and says, don't waste your time. Your brother and the generations of righteous people that would have come from him are all crying out from the ground where his blood was spilled. If I gave you a book called How Not to Sin for Dummies, one of the first things in there would be, don't split your brother's wig. Now court is in session. You're the defendant in the case of the Lord of Hosts versus Cain. On the first count of the indictment, first-degree murder, I find you guilty. On count 2, conspiracy, I find you guilty. On count 3, lying under oath, I find you guilty. And there's a fourth count, being stuck on stupid, guilty. You are hereby sentenced to life as an aimless vagabond. I had a sidebar with the ground. Your farming career is over. No matter where you go, no matter what you do, the ground will give you no crops in return for your labor. Nothing for you but thorns, thistles, and hope for next year. Cain turns up the dial on his phony outrage meter. Come on, God. Don't you think you're doing too much? God says, what makes you say that? If I'm out here permanently for the streets, haters might try to kill me for no good reason. Really? I wonder where they do that at. Oh, so it's like that now. Commit one cold-blooded murder and all of a sudden I'm the ops? Where's the mercy, merciful one? God says to him, well, since you're copping pleas, here's the plea deal. I'm marking you as a warning to anyone who gets a taste for your blood. You will be avenged 7 times over. So forget an eye for an eye. Payback will demand an eye plus head, shoulders, knees, and toes, knees and toes. And I'm reducing your sentence. Your only consistent crop will still be disappointment, but you won't have to be a permanent outcast from humanity, always on the move. If give a man a finger and he'll want a whole hand was a person, it would be Cain. So hearing this news, he steps to God and asks, so I don't have to bounce? But God stands on business. He says, boy, bye. Get this. The operative words were always and permanent. You need to get lost, not now, right now. You ain't got to build a new home, but you no longer have a home here. And you no longer have Abel to blame for what you brought on yourself. So, deuces. Yeah, that Cain was a wild boy. The Columbine school shooters have nothing on him. Your boy took out half the kids on the planet. But I'm grateful that God always has a plan B. Well, that's it for today. Join us again tomorrow when we'll go through another Bible story, the Bible in Tweets way. Get at me in the comments and let me know what you think. If you have any questions for me, put those in the comments too. I'll answer as many as I can. And do me a favor. Hit the like and subscribe buttons so we'll know that you're enjoying this and would like us to produce more Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday school Bible discussions. All right, see you tomorrow. Love y'all. Peace.